Welcome back to the Bethany Sports Beat, and as we continue our discussion previewing the fall sports seasons here at Bethany, we're going to talk about women's golf right now, bringing in head coach Ryan Kragh. And coach, looking at the roster this year and things like that, obviously a little bit of excitement going on with the team. You've got some new players coming in, and you also have a couple of very strong leaders coming back to head things off for their senior campaign. So it's a really good blend of talent and experience right now, I would think, for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to have 6 girls on our roster finally. I think we'd like to have more, but for now we have 6, so that's a positive. Caitlin Miller, Allie Curtis, Jenna Albrecht are all going to be leaders for us, and I like our young kids, and I like the way we've been playing the last couple of days. Hopefully we can just take that over to the course.
Obviously, weather had a little bit of rain here the other day, but right now weather pretty conducive to get going. And for you guys right away, just the way that the season is set up, you need to get as quickly into it, whatever you can do in terms of mid-season form. But I don't know, do they come in and they've golfed a lot over the summer to get to this point, so you can kind of get things off maybe a little bit faster than some of the other sports that are on campus here?
Well, you'd like to hope that they play as much as they possibly can this summer. I think it's kind of tough with jobs and different things going on, but I know that they did play a lot, and you're right, we try to cram as much practice as we can here in the next couple of days. We play next Friday already, so it's the rain was tough. We tried to get out to the range as much as possible and at least hit some balls. We've been out in the course the last couple of days, and then hopefully we can keep on doing that and have a strong week and get ready for next Friday.
Let's talk a little bit about the format, which I think for you guys, there's been a lot of changes here within the conference with Wisconsin Superior coming in, but maybe even more importantly for you as far as the structure of now bringing back the conference tournaments is strictly within the UMAC, so you don't have to go to Wisconsin anymore. And then even potentially as soon as this year, the idea of the automatic qualifier. What kind of, I guess, as you and the team have talked, the idea of having that UMAC true conference champion, is that kind of the thing everybody's shooting for right now? Or there's a little bit of excitement and exuberance about that?
I think so. I think we were a little overwhelmed in the other conference. I mean, it's nothing against our talented kids, but it's a tougher league. It's an established league. So I think it's exciting to have our own league that we can call our own, that with the rest of our sports have the same exact league with the UMAC. I think it's exciting to be able to win a conference championship. I think our girls are excited about that. But on the flip side of that, it's still going to be tough. I think there's going to be some pretty good teams, adding Superior and then having Scholastic in there as well. I think the biggest question mark that we're going to find right now is to see if everybody can field a team so we can possibly get that automatic qualifier. I know it sounds like most of them are going to, but you just never know until we go out there and play. So we're excited. We'd love to win a conference championship, and I think we have the ability to do it.
You talked a few moments ago about a couple of your top players, Allie Curtis and Caitlin Miller. Senior campaign, they know it's their last go-around right here. What do those two golfers have as far as their game that's going to make them, because consistently for you last year, not only did they lead your squad, they're among conference leaders as well in those meets.
I think it's consistency and just being able to say that they played in the league, and I think that's the hardest part, is until you get used to playing 4, 5, 6 hour rounds and playing with other people and just understanding college golf, because it is longer. It's longer, both hours and yardage or distance, but I think just the experience that they're going to bring to the table, that I think it's going to be a good experience for our younger ladies to understand kind of what it takes to get through that. And they're both really good golfers, and they've worked hard over the summer, and like I said, we're excited. We haven't had everybody all together yet with jobs and internships and school starting, so it'd be nice to kind of get everybody together here next week, but we're excited.
You know, it's interesting you talk about the transition for some of the high school players getting to the collegiate level. With college golfing being such a short season, is there really any way that during this first year some of those freshmen can acclimate to the conditioning and the fact they're hitting longer holes and stuff of that nature?
I don't know if there is. I mean, we try to tell them to do as much as they can in the summer, even back up a little bit. Sometimes a lot of the high school programs, depending on where they're at, will play a little bit longer, but it's definitely a longer distance. We try to tell them as much as possible to get out and do those distances, but until they actually get out here and start hitting balls, and like you said, we don't have a lot of time to get ready before our first match. So I think it's just going to kind of be learning on the fly, and I think where you'll start to see a lot more of the gradual progression will be in the spring when they went through a fall season and got a taste of what college athletics is like. I think that's when you'll start to see it. I think that's where Caitlin and Allie come into play, because they've had that experience. And so they're not so nervous, and then they're not so timid. They just go out there and have fun and trust what they're able to do.
So final question for you is, obviously we talked about the changes in the conference, and the season ends the second weekend of October with the UMAC meet. Any idea right now? I would think that, at least on paper, your team was going to be one of the teams to be considered for that conference championship, but other schools that you would expect that would join you near the top of the leaderboard?
Well, I think Minnesota Morris will be a no-brainer. I mean, those are the two teams that battled for pretty much all the tournaments last spring. Even in the fall when we did play, it was us and Minnesota Morris. I think Scholastica is kind of an unknown. You know, they're very good in other athletic sports. I think Superior is another unknown that we don't really know about. So it's kind of, you know, one of those deals where we really don't know until we get out there and see what happens. But, you know, we're excited, and our goal right now is to win a conference championship.
Sounds good. Let's hope that's where the season culminates. Again, conference championship for the Viking women golfers would be the second weekend of October, I believe, up in Alexandria.
Yes, Alexandria Country Club.
Sounds good. That is Ryan Kragh again down in Westphal. Thank you for joining us here on the Bethany Sports Beat.